Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Dear Spellsisters.
Dear Spellsisters, Spellsisters, whatever you want to call it.
This is where we answer the questions that you send us, and like we said last week, the questions that we're answering are asked by a specific person.
Mm-hmm.
We are answering based on the vibes, messages we receive about that person.
Mm-hmm.
So those are
full of questions.
Yeah, those answers are like tailored to that person. However, a lot of these questions are super relatable, so people might hear something that relates to you. If you have a similar question, feel free to send it in. And the way we're doing this is the week leading up to the live, you can send us a message on our website via email or Instagram DM or Facebook or whatever. There's a lot of ways you can contact us. Do it. You can send us a
all
message.
The ways. Do them
send
all.
us your questions. Send us your thoughts.
Phone calls.
Comments. Yeah, call us. We have a phone number.
Literally.
So that's that.
That's it.
So the spell lines are open. If you ask a question here, please know that we will add it to the pile for next week. Right. So continue watching. We're gonna get right into it here.
We're ready to do it.
Let's do it.
So let's pick a question. Do you want to go first, Kelly? Or do you
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, sorry guys. Okay, here we go. This person says, this question is from Luna. What card intuitively speaks to you most from the deck?
Oh, good question.
That's a great question.
Oh my god. Okay. Do you
That's
want
a
to go first?
loaded.
Okay, that's a loaded question, but it's exciting. Okay. Personally, I love the Moon card because I think it is like a Murakami universe card. It's like everything is not as it seems, and it's topsy-turvy. I think it's really fun to get that in your life because so many days go exactly the same as the one before, and the moon kind of just shifts your understanding and opens it up to maybe it's not exactly like I always thought it was, or maybe the world is different than I'm thinking. It's like a dream. But I also think it has a lot of insights to give us, like when we don't know where we're going, or we're a little confused about our path and direction.
So yeah, I feel like this question, maybe for the same reasons, this question's really hard for me. I do have a favorite card. I don't know if it speaks to me most or if I just am drawn to it because for similar reasons, the Eight of Wands, I feel like opens up, like, it's this like energy of rapid change and unexpected news. Like sometimes it indicates like travel or it's moving, kind of like
thrilling.
But I love the feeling of really not being able to like predict what's going to happen or know what's next because I'm an Aquarius. So I feel like maybe that's not the energy for everybody, but that card speaks to me most. It tells me like when somebody has something exciting happening or changing in their life because it's like, yeah, it's like an unpredictable energy.
It's always a good sign. So I love a good sign card.
Yeah.
Kind of like the sun. Sun and moon are my faves.
With either of those cards, there's like the problem with everything in tarot is that like there's always a question. There's always like, it's like with everything, there's a good and bad sign. A lot of people are uncomfortable with that like energy of change and like the unknown of the moon card. Yeah. But like, I like that energy because it like breaks you out of like traps, molds, whatever.
Yeah.
Like anything that makes you feel stuck.
Or getting used to the same thing over and over. It's like, whoa, where am I? And I love that feeling sometimes.
Yeah, I kind of hate a pattern.
Yes.
All right.
Well, that was a good question. Cool. We're gonna move on to this question from Erin. Are the feelings mutual, or am I kidding myself? So this is a personal question, clearly. So we'll draw a card for that.
I feel like this is a question that a lot of people will have, though. Like, are the feelings mutual? Like, the answer is specifically for Erin, but totally applies to other people who have the same question.
Right.
Everyone's situation is different, but like, if you're hearing this message, there's a reason. So take it.
Yeah, so the question again is, are the feelings mutual or am I just kidding myself? So we'll get an idea and kind of draw for that. Okay. Yeah, well, I got the Lover's card, so no, the feelings are very mutual, that you are not kidding yourself. Definitely, I think when a lot of times what we pick up on like loving feelings in ourselves, we don't realize how much of it is also picking up on that energy from the other person. It's like they give us permission to be vulnerable, and the reason we're feeling so strongly for them is that they're also feeling strongly for us. It's not always the case, but in this case, yes. Your feelings are mutual. They may be hiding them for some reason, and maybe because they are in a place in their life where they're not ready to make that like decision or commitment, or they're not ready to go full force, but this is a sign of mutual feelings for sure.
Yes, and I agree. I pulled, so I got, 8 of Pentacles, the Fool, and 3 of Pentacles. To me, this says that like you're both willing to like build something together, and like maybe it's a new, and I feel like if you're asking this question, it's probably like kind of newer. Like if you aren't sure, you can usually like tell if you've been with somebody for a long time. Like the feelings aren't mutual anymore.
It's really obvious.
This is like definitely like you guys are on a new adventure together, and like have this exciting kind of energy of like building something solid, and it shows that maybe you even have a question because it's kind of a lot of work to get to know somebody new and like fit somebody new into your life.
Yeah, and I'm also pulling 9 of Swords here, and this is the Wild Unknown deck. It's one of my favorite decks. Shout out to them. But the 9 of Swords is typically a sign that you are you're really anxious or stressed out about a question, so you're not thinking about it clearly. So that might be why you are feeling like the feelings aren't mutual right now, just because you are just making mountains out of molehills a little bit and feeling like, how could this be true? Questions are keeping you up at night. So I think the Lovers is a sign that this is a really heavy, like, yes, but I also see like all those building blocks. You're building something new and you're just worried it's going to collapse, and it's not. It's just a thing that you're telling yourself. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about before we go to the next thing is like how we pull tarot, which I don't think we talked about last week, but Haley usually does a more traditional spread. If you've had a reading from us before, you know she does like usually a full spread for a question, and I kind of like I do what I'm doing right now, just and like you might see me like pull a card out and put it back. I am kind of like pulling a bigger picture, so I'm not like putting it back and forgetting it like, oh, that's not for you. I think about that in the response that I give you still, so I usually just kind of pull more intuitively, and then when there's like a message I can feel it. That's that. I just wanted to talk about that because I know you can see like us doing it, and you may have never had a reading from us before. Also, can you guys hear us? We'll just keep going, but tell us if you can't hear us.
Yeah, let us know. Okay.
We'll adjust the next question.
Emily's turn. Okay.
All right. Okay. This is from Kay. Thank you. Somebody just told us that they can hear us. Thank you so much. Okay. So this question is from Kay, and they asked, what is the best way for me to focus on attracting more abundance into my life?
That's a good question. Okay. Well, let's ask the tarot too, but I'm sure we have some ideas too. Okay, interesting. Okay, so right off the bat, I think that since I'm pulling the Queen of Cups or the Mother of Cups in this deck with the Hermit, it seems like you might need to go inside and almost like understand your feelings about what you want. Okay, so it seems like you might need to deconstruct this a little bit. Like as far as abundance, what does abundance mean to you? I would say that it means having your own time to yourself to be able to do exactly what you need to do, like in an emotional way.
I feel like we often think of abundance, like we, the collective, always think of abundance as like money, but like time, love, like something else, like maybe you need more rest, like anything can be abundant. I pulled like 2 of Swords, and I feel like maybe there's competing interests, and maybe there's like the Emperor's coming up too. maybe pick a path. And I'm just gonna say, I mean, it's not bad to have a lot of irons in the fire, but like, if there's one that seems more like worthy of your time and energy, maybe devote more time and energy to it, because it feels like there's something about like maybe even pouring yourself into something makes you feel more abundant. Maybe it's like you feel you need time to spend on something that you love, like a passion project. And
yeah, there might be something from your past that is really calling you that maybe you haven't had the chance to spend as much time with.
I feel like maybe this is like about like psychic energy, like dreams, like listening to your dreams and meditating and like maybe doing yoga more, getting in touch with your inner child.
Yeah, I think that the abundance that you're going to have is related to healing in some way, almost like self-healing, healing others.
Maybe you are a healer.
Maybe you're a healer and maybe you haven't had a chance to actually do some of that stuff. And being able to be vulnerable and like take care of others might be your ticket to having a more abundant life, where you feel like, oh my God, I really am making it. I really feel successful. I think that you might need to do something that goes a little bit against the grain. Maybe go out by yourself. Maybe start your own business. Focus on doing things that are truly like you studying your passions. So studying like healing arts. Those are going to actually somehow attract more abundance in your life by just you doing abundance, like living other people's dream, basically inspiring people.
And with the Two of Swords coming up with in collaboration here, like what I think that's saying is that like it's okay to have, like maybe you need to have like a back burner for a while, and like while you start this other thing that's like a healing thing, like that could be fruitful, but you can't do it. Nothing happens overnight. So like go to work and do the thing, I guess. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but attracting abundance, I feel like, is going to come through the heart for you. Maybe really believing it, doing that manifestation work of giving to get, kind of like doing what you would wish the universe would give to you.
Give that to other people.
Yeah, unconditional like love kind of vibes. I think that's really going to help you feel more successful, because I think it's going to magnetize that right back to you like threefold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bless. Okay. So next.
Oh, this is so fun, Kelly.
I love it.
And I love
having
this
a great
tea.
time, you guys.
Who brought us this tea?
Ellery, our friend Ellery,
she's amazing. Her tea is amazing.
She's one of our swans.
She's one of our old swans. She's awesome, and she brought us tea, and we're drinking it.
It's really
awesome.
good.
Really good. Just shout out to her. Okay, so this is a question from F. I just want to know how to move forward with my career. I feel stuck and I don't know whether I should stay where I'm at or move on to something else. That's a pretty universal question for a lot of people. Like, I'm doing okay, but where do I go from here? You know, like.
I just want to know how to move forward with my career. Okay, I feel like that is so like relatable.
Yeah, it's relatable to me too. What do you do? Okay, let's figure this out.
I think we talked a little bit about this last week too, where like we talked about the idea of having like a linear career path is maybe like not right for everybody anymore.
Yeah, and maybe it's
okay to change your career multiple times.
Yeah.
I think that's probably healthy for a lot of people.
I agree. Okay.
All right. So I feel like we have a couple. We got some themes coming up. So I feel like maybe there's a feeling of like being jaded about your career. You are feeling stuck. I don't know if there's maybe somebody that you feel loyal to in the situation. Like the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords are coming up. The Queen of Swords is somebody who's like kind of tired. She's like sick of this shit. And the King of Cups is somebody that's like, you know, more, they're caring and open and honest with you. I mean, at their best. And I feel like maybe there's somebody in the situation that's making you feel like you can't leave because you don't want to like hurt them. The situation seems painful to me. Like you have put a lot of energy and work into it, and maybe haven't really gotten back what you've put into it. So I have 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords. That's like a pretty clear message of hurt. And like maybe it's like difficult messages sometimes. Like sometimes I feel like maybe you like expected to get a promotion or like something change at work that didn't happen the way you thought it would. So you go ahead, because I have another thing.
I've got some exciting things coming up here. I think that the way out of your feeling of stuckness is it's requiring you to kind of plant a bunch of seeds that it's not like you have to see everything through. It's like you have to scatter your energies right now and maybe try a couple things, or like put out your application to multiple places, or just think about a different path. Because I have the 2 of Wands coming up here in the underbelly of the reading, and I'm thinking about somebody who is on a new adventure, and they're not really sure where they're going, but they have a lot of dreams and a lot of planning is starting to happen, and you're not really ready to set down firm plans and really commit to one thing, but you are ready to start dreaming about what your life could look like, and it might involve travel. I think that moving forward in your career it's gonna need to almost like take baby steps, like put multiple things out, even multiple things within your organization, like maybe apply for a new job within the same organization or just outside of it in your field, in your wheelhouse. But I'm seeing like a new position that makes you really happy. This is a very exciting arrangement. So 2 aces in both of our spreads together, and their emotional satisfaction, and then also that physical financial satisfaction.
Like an offer.
A real offer for a job that has potential. I do think that you are craving something new, and that's why you asked that question. That's probably where the heartbreak is coming in. Maybe you feel like you're letting other people down, or you feel like you're worried that they let you down, and it's only going to get worse if you don't leave.
The question where you asked, where you said like you're feeling stuck and you don't know how to move forward.
In the question itself, it sounds like you are feeling like this is not the right thing forever, and you are being very diligent and responsible by trying to maintain this position, maybe stay with it for a while longer, even though
you don't have to do that. I don't think like
I don't think it's necessary.
If something feels wrong or stale and you're like tired of it, if it's crusty, you don't have to stay. I always like to say, if it's crusty, peel it off. I always like to say, I've never said that, but
she does say like, if that shit's crusty. So I feel like that is crusty. It seems like you're at a crusty place in your life where you're craving. Gross. It sounds gross, but that's exactly what we need you to realize. This is gross. If you need some new energy to come into the situation, you're gonna have to follow a dream that might seem a little risky. Okay. Yeah,
I just had a thought, like, you're not going to get an offer unless you sow the seeds. Like, you want somebody to offer something to you, maybe even at your current job, maybe in your current role, you want an offer of some sort. Like, even, like, you want to be propositioned, like, stay, we really value you.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to get what you want without putting it out there. Right. You have to, like...
Right now you're in the dream mode. You're in dream mode, and that's really good. It's positive because you're bringing in things that give you good ideas. But if you don't do the actual work of like peppering like those seeds around, they're not going to grow. For whatever reason, this question that you have is coming from a place of you learning how to take the initiative on these things and make a decision, even though you want the decision to be kind of made for you. And I've been in that place too, where it's like I just want like something to come to me so that I can make that choice, Libra. You know? Right?
But then you don't really want to make the choice either.
Yeah, and so this is requesting that you kind of go out on a limb and just...
Who is that?
This Knight of Pentacles, so Son of Pentacles, is somebody who really quests after what they want and goes slow. And I think the slowness is what's really going to drive this question home. It's like taking your time, planting the seeds, figuring out what comes up. Some things won't come up. They'll be blighted seeds. They won't work. Some things will come up and it'll feel like, oh my God, this is something that's very special. And that's what you're sowing right now. You're sowing those seeds to reap them later. So it's not the right time to leave. And that's why you feel stuck, but it doesn't mean you can't do a little bit of a work to kind of move out of that phase.
Do some research.
Do a little research, make some plans, even like take a trip. I think taking a trip for whatever reason, travel might be really helpful for you to kind of get a new perspective and think about things from a new place. Okay.
Okay, so somebody asked us in the comments if we're still taking questions. Yes, you can certainly put a question here. We are answering questions that have been sent in over the past 2 weeks. So we're not answering in order or anything, but we can add it to our...
Add it to the queue,
We have a hat.
We have added to the hat.
All right, so here's the hat. And this is our next question. So definitely feel free to leave questions in the comments and we'll add it. All right. Whoa. Heavy question from somebody named S. I'm going to give them a name because this question is about sex. We're going to call them Sexy Sadie. As
Sexy
the
Sadie.
Beatles once. Was that a Beatles song? I think it is.
It's a Beatles song.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Will the sex ever get better? Or do I always have to have sex with assholes to enjoy it? Girl, let me.
The answer is
I'm not even going to fucking pull a card about that. Yes, I am. But my...
Come on
my
now.
thought
Hang
for
on
you
just a
is-
minute.
All right. Is the sex ever going to get better? If the sex is terrible now,
No.
bail.
Bail because it should be better now than it's going to be. So let's just start.
If the sex is not tight when you start having sex, it's not gonna get better because it just gets.
Okay, I feel like this is well, no, I know that's so true though. Like it really doesn't get better. Okay, it does get better if you work at it. Here's the thing. I think that you're using this person as a placeholder. Okay.
Let me restate the question because I feel like we derailed. Will the sex ever get better? One question.
Right, we have one question.
Do I always have to have sex with assholes to enjoy it? 2 question.
That's the second 2. That's 2. Question 2. Q2. Q1. Okay. Will the sex ever get better? I don't think that this is what you want. And that's why you're feeling stuck, because you're feeling like if you don't stay, you might not have sex with anyone.
Okay.
And that's not true. Okay? This is something that you've told yourself that's kind of trapping you. And it makes you feel like you're damned if you do have sex because it's not fun, and you're damned if you don't have sex. Or, sorry, I did that in a weird way. But what I'm trying to say is that if you leave, you're not going to be happy.
You're not having sex.
Yes.
All right. I also feel like I pulled King of Pentacles. Listen, I think that you think this person is boring and you have to compromise and be with somebody that's a nice guy in order to have a good relationship.
Because they're a good person.
They don't always have to be, not everybody has to be like a fucking career man who's boring and, like I said in the last question, crusty. Listen, they don't have to be crusty for them to be nice people. And they don't have to be dicks for them to have good dick.
Yeah, here's what I'm seeing. I got 2 10s for the second question of, do I have to always have sex with assholes to enjoy it? No, but the thing with you, I think that you need security, and you will automatically try to give too much to an asshole because you feel like they're not going to give back, okay? And that's the attraction point there. I think that you feel security because you know that if you do the formula, you're gonna get what you want, okay? And that's not enough for you. I think you need the full thing. You
This
need
is
the
a story
whole,
you tell yourself.
Yeah. You needed the whole picture, and I think that you've been getting like crumbs. I also think that feeling safe for you can be sort of not sexy, and that is part of it. It's like this stimulation you get from doing something risky or doing something where there's a person who you don't totally know what they're thinking about you.
You don't trust them.
You don't trust.
Like somehow that's hotter to you and you think that's good sex. However, here's the thing. I feel like you're in this loop with yourself where you tell yourself that it's one or the other. You get to pick one or the other. You can either pick a good relationship or you can pick good sex.
So true. That came up in both our readings.
This is a pattern for you it's a pattern of like toxic behavior that you put yourself through that nobody is like, I cannot stress enough that the answer to both of those questions is no. Will the sex ever get better? Likely not, and he's not like cool just because he has a good job or whatever. And like, do I always have to have sex with? Yeah, he answers the phone and he comes over and he like buys you something.
Minimum,
like,
but that doesn't mean it's enough for you.
That's not enough for anybody. Like buying me something, answering the phone, going out with me, like.
Yeah. That's really nice.
Nice try, but let's do more. Like that's not a relationship.
Yeah, and then the asshole dynamic, the opposite. I don't think that that's healing for you. I think it's something that you do to punish yourself a little bit. I also think that you like to take on a maternal role with these people that are assholes, like kind of protect them, hold on to them. End up in unconditional love situations where you don't get anything back, which is really like beautiful, but at the same time we need to focus on a mutual two-way street here because you're maxed out.
There's a like an opportunity for you to focus on yourself and not on healing other people.
Oh my god, yeah, I know. I got the Hermit card next, and I feel like that is why you're going on this sexual journey, because you're actually finding out a lot about yourself through other people and maybe even having sex with other people, which is really powerful. Like, I'm mega slut positive, do what you need to do, but I think that you're gonna be learning a lot about who you are through these other people and like the reflection, like the mirror that you see, and that you are not an asshole, and there's some part of you that is drawn to them because you are a little bit bad, and that's okay, but that doesn't mean you can't get that from a person who's like you, who's also good. Okay.
I could go on. Really, what I'm trying to say is I really don't like that you feel that way, that you have to pick good sex with a shitty person you don't like, or no sex, or bad sex with somebody that you kind of do like. Let's move on. Did we answer the question?
I think we did. Okay. But also, yeah.
This deserves a bigger reading.
This deserves a larger spread. Somebody, contact us later after the questions, okay? Did you already pick? Did you pick?
Yeah. Well, you picked this.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right. I have someone named Ace. They're asking any romance coming in for me.
Ooh,
that's a good question.
All right, that's
simple
palette.
question.
A nice little palette cleanser.
Palette cleanser. Cozy question. Charming question. All right. So.
Is there any romance coming in for Ace?
I mean, and romance is really easy to get because it's light confection. It's fun. I feel like it's something that is totally doable, but let's see what's up. Okay, we have Justice here. It's a pretty heavy card. We have the Hierophant and Four of Pentacles. I think you're in a phase right now where you're ready for something new, because I'm getting the Fool on the bottom. It's almost like you're willing to just like, let's trash the old and like bring in the new. I don't care who it is. Let's find you. It's like you have delicious energy. Like you want something, just a taste. You want like a amuse-bouche.
What's that?
Amuse-bouche is something that is like something that stimulates your palate. Like, ooh, that was just a little tasty thing. Like I heard about this one time, like at a party with like rich people, and amuse-bouche is like something that tastes good, but you just want a little bit of it. I think that's the energy you're craving right now. But unfortunately, the energy that is around you is also a little bit incompatible with that, because you're a very serious person, or the energy around you is heavy and serious, kind of like you're trying to do the right thing. You almost want a relationship if you were to have a romance. It's like there's two parts of you. One really wants something fresh and new and like doesn't want to worry about the outcome or the future. But then there's this other part of you that's like, I need somebody who's all in also, because I'm an all-in type of person and I have very strong boundaries, which is good. But you're in this phase where you're ready for like something that you would never try normally.
I have a sense that there may be somebody, maybe there is already romance that you may have been propositioned already or flirted with, or like had some kind of, I mean, is there romance coming in? I feel like there is, but maybe you aren't letting it in. I think that maybe like somebody is showing interest in you, or like you're getting like they're hitting you up like in a very innocent way that makes you feel like they're not really romantically interested in you.
They just want to be friends.
Because they're trying to feel you out and you're putting out the vibes that you don't want it. You're not down right now.
You're feeling like it's almost like you want somebody who can cut past your boundaries, which are pretty strong right now. And maybe they're not sure if you really want them. Yeah, but definitely there is an actual person who is in the situation. That's the King of Cups.
Yeah.
This could be a male or somebody who you are like really attracted to, who feels safe. Feels like, oh, but that's just Tony. He just is at the bar. He's just nice to me because I buy drinks there. And it's like, is he, or does he really like you? I think this person wants to listen to you. They're already listening to you. Maybe they're like letting you vent a lot. And
will the romance come in for you? Will you go to the romance? Is the question. So
because it's open-ended. You're ready, but you're also hesitating. Okay, so yes. But you have to say yes to love. You have to say yes to romance right now, okay?
Do the thing that scares you. With the Fool.
Yeah, and don't be serious. It's okay. It can be light and flaky,
no,
like a croissant, of love. It can be a flaky romance. Okay?
Maybe you just want to kiss him. Maybe
you wanna, or maybe you wanna like make out for a bit, and it's okay. That's cool. Whatever it takes.
You don't have to get married.
Yeah. Oh, also, yeah.
Please don't.
Please don't. We're not advocates, okay?
Well, I mean, you can be an advocate, but not not on the first. No. You're not gonna get married to every person that you.
We don't have to make
Let's
it serious.
move on.
Yeah.
That's another problem.
That's another question.
A whole other question. Okay. Well, get this fucking shit. Should I stay in this marriage? From G.
Okay. I know. This is a question that Kelly normally...
No. I have no pretenses here. Okay, I feel like this is somebody...
Other cups again.
I feel like this is somebody that you feel like really comfortable with.
Okay, I think that there are 3 people in this situation.
Alright.
Pulling the 3 of Cups, I also see King of Cups here. I feel like there is someone else and you're torn a little bit. And this might not just be you. It might be this feeling of, is there something better out there? Is this really the love of my life?
But at the same time, you do feel like you have this stable, solid love of your life kind of thing. But I saw that too. Lovers, 2 of Pentacles. Like, I think, I have Lovers too.
I know.
Okay, so I think what's happening is you have this like very stable, loving, happy-ish relationship, but maybe it's happy-ish because you have some curiosity, and potentially somebody, or maybe somebody else has some curiosity in the situation. Maybe your partner has
sensing that,
or somebody is interested in your partner and you can sense it. Either way, something's happening where like you feel like there's a threat to the relationship, and maybe you like it because it is very good. You're very comfortable. You've like known this person for a long time.
There's a lot that's good here.
You have like a lot of stability. But okay, so we have 2 10s. 10s are like, is this as good as it gets? Yeah. Is it like
you have gotten everything you could possibly get from this person? Is that enough for you?
Yeah.
So
the Lovers is coming up in both of our readings, and the Lovers asks you to the Lovers is a question, it's a choice. It asks you, is this the place you really want to be? And you stay.
It's a choice.
If you stay because it's where you really want to be. If you leave, it's because there's something more for you somewhere else.
Yeah, and right now it seems like there's 2. Okay. It's almost like you want the world to intervene, or maybe somebody to come into the situation to disrupt it so that you can figure out your real feelings. Kind of like you want to make a choice based on new information, because right now everything is exactly how it's been, and it's okay. It feels comfortable.
And I feel like what we're telling you is what you already know. If you're asking this question, we're telling you have this comfortable, great situation, but again, maybe it's a little crusty because you're at the end of like a cycle with both kind of family cards. And not that like that's not an indicator, like these are really positive cards. It's not like an indication that you are ending a relationship. It's just kind of like these are like so good that there's nowhere to go from
It
here.
feels kind of boring because there's no goal, there's no stimulation. I also think you might be going through a hard time, like financially, or like feeling burdened by that, because I did see the Five of Pentacles. Maybe it's like us against the world together, but can we keep doing this? Like, it feels heavy.
I feel
The
like
relationship is
we're not
heavy.
really answering your question right now.
Yeah.
Because I think the Lovers card says that, like, we can't really answer this question. This is a question, like, should you stay? If you stay, like, it looks good. If you leave, it looks like there's a lot of good luck in your future. Like, it doesn't look like there's a bad option for you.
It's
but
your
that
priorities.
means that there's no real way to, there's not really a good way to, like, make a decision in this situation.
There's no, like, fate about this particular situation. We're not saying, like the idea that there's something fated that you are going to be forced to deal with. It's almost like the fate is that this is your choice. It's your decision.
Yeah,
this situation you've magnetized to you because you're supposed to learn a lesson of choice.
I think that, like, my advice, my answer to your question is to allow yourself a lot of time to process that is not influenced by other people. So protect your boundaries, put up boundaries if you don't have them, give yourself space, and don't make any decisions, especially right now it's Mercury retrograde.
No,
like,
just
make
take your time.
decisions slowly and based on your real feelings, not based on what you should feel or what someone else wants you to feel. Like, don't stay just because somebody is, like, really sad if you leave. Don't leave just because somebody's really sad if you stay. You know what I mean? That's all I can say.
That is all.
I feel like there's no wrong answer, but the wrong answer would be to not do what you really want to do.
Yeah, to not figure out what your choice is. Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to say again, we have a lot of people asking questions in comments, and we love it. Keep doing it. Do whatever you want. Ask the questions in the comments, but we're going to add them. We have our hat here. We're just going to add them to the hat, and just know that we're going to do this every week. So if we don't get to your question today, we will answer it. Keep asking. I just wanted to tell you, we're not ignoring you.
No,
Okay.
yeah. And we
Next.
Okay.
It's your turn. Cool.
I want this one. This is a question from a kitty. What is he hiding? What is he hiding?
The kitty cat needs to
kitty.
know. I
Kitty
love
said.
the kitty.
Kitty has questions.
What is he
What is he
hiding?
hiding?
He shouldn't do that.
Kitty knows that's not good, but he's hiding something. What's he hiding? Okay. Well, okay.
Huh.
All right.
He's looking for other options. Is this true in your
Experience?
opinion?
Yeah. I think so. Because we see a lot of competition cards, daydreaming fantasy cards, and also two knights. So I'm thinking about somebody who's questing after somebody, possibly a new questing, crusty. No, but I just did that.
It's kind of, yeah, we love you, P. Blanche. It's kind of shitty when you're, like, you can sense that somebody is questing after something else that doesn't feel like you're involved in it.
Yeah, and I think this relates to romance. They may have had a fated meeting with a new person, and you're worried that this is more than friendship. I think that they're showing up in a real way for this person, or maybe like, no, I just need to, like, to pick up her laundry. Like, it's just like, I'm just trying to make sure that she's safe.
Did she pick up my laundry?
Yeah, it's like that thing. Or like, she's going through, like, her dad died. I really have to talk to her. And it's like, okay, but
it's
you
the
have
thing
feelings.
that you feel bad saying, like,
yeah,
no,
you're like,
because you're like, I'm being a crazy bitch right
like,
now.
I'm being unfair, and that's why you're asking. I feel like, what is he hiding? It's
Your
like, you're not
instincts
being
are not wrong.
unfair. You're being honest with yourself, which is really smart. But I do think if this isn't like a real relationship yet, he could be hiding his actual deep feelings for you, because there's, like, love here. I also see somebody who's showing up in a material, like, physical way, but maybe not talking about their feelings, but they're feeling them deeply.
Okay, so so my first instinct was that was at someone else. If it's somebody that you're just starting out seeing,
where you don't have a history yet, and you're just, like, sort of dating, and you feel like, why is he so quiet all the time or something? I feel like he is a quiet person. He hides things by nature because he's like, just, you got
He's
good days,
reserved.
got bad days.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about it, you know? If it's not broken, don't fix it. Let's not bring it up. This person has deep emotions, which you might be sensing. And this is a surprise to them. It's also faded in some way. I feel like this feels heavy to this other person, but he may be hiding something about how deep it feels.
In one way or another, he feels deeply about somebody, and if you don't think that's you and you're in a relationship with him, then I feel like he might have secrets, because it's hard to tell if it's about you or someone else, and like
you don't know
not knowing the
circumstances, but there's a deep feeling here.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if he's like being authentic with you, because we don't know. Like, if you're we need more information.
We don't know if you just started dating this person. If you did, then I think he is holding a deep candle for your love, and he's just kind of muted about expressing it because he feels like this could change his life. If this is not something new and you've been waiting for like a while for like a commitment or something, I think he might be hiding a secret attraction to another person that he's actually...
It's not that secret. It's only secret from you.
Yeah, exactly. It's secret to him. It's secret to you, but he shows up in a real way for this person. You'll know right away if this is you, if he's like coming over and like bringing you soup when you're sick.
I mean, the person you already know, the person who asked this question knows.
Yeah, maybe they express
one way or the other, because you will know if he's hiding like deep emotions from you. You'll know
you're thinking, you're
if he's hiding like deep emotions for somebody else. Like, you already know. Like, I mean, you're asking the question. You know something's up.
You want confirmation, and the confirmation is you're right, because it's true what you've been worried about. If you've been worried about affection for another person.
Probably is making you think you're crazy, because he's like, there's no reason for you. I haven't said anything. I didn't do anything.
This person is quiet by nature anyway, or they don't express their feelings, and they express them through action
with somebody else. I think.
And it's action based. And so you gotta look at their actions, because whatever they're doing, that's the truth right now. And he's an action guy.
Yeah, I don't know if I can't honestly say, like, I get the sense that he's doing something shady already, but I feel like he wants to if this
isn't about you.
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
I hope that makes sense. That's a little complicated.
I like that.
I choose you. Okay.
Pokemon.
What? All right. Okay. This is a tarot question from one of our friends whose name starts with an M. How do you keep yourself sane and happy with dealing with so much heavy info from clients? Okay, I'm going to say it again. How do you keep yourself sane and happy when dealing with so much heavy info from clients?
Well, Kelly, I think you should start.
Kelly. I have serious walls. I put up like serious boundaries with people that I'm doing readings for. Unfortunately, sorry. I love you.
So sorry, we don't remember you after.
No, okay, yes. All right, let me tell you. Haley remembers everything. She'll remember often.
I just hold on to things until I die.
Okay, let me tell you. When I do a reading for you, I will absolutely remember your face. I absolutely remember who you are, and occasionally remember where we did the reading.
Occasionally.
When I do readings, I feel like Kelly, am not in my body. Like,
she's not there.
I am not.
She's not there. I can vouch for that.
I don't know what the fuck I have said to you. When people come back, like, even the next day, and be like, that was crazy when you said whatever, I'm like, cool. Like, I totally remember that. So I feel like the way I don't know how I do that or why. I just have always done it. And, like, I totally care. I absolutely am present during the reading. And, like, I mean, some part of me is present, I guess. But, like, my body is here. But, like, I feel like my subconscious is, like, what's giving a reading. So, like, I don't often feel like the heavy info. Obviously, when people tell us like really sad things that are happening to them, that affects me, and I do remember because it's like super intense stuff. That's hard and sad. But the way that I deal with it is like, I don't know. Like, I think because I don't let other things affect me, or like somehow they can't penetrate my stony exterior. I feel like maybe like little things don't bother me as much, so that the big things can bother me as much as little things should, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah.
No, I can see that, and that is definitely, I will vouch for that. That's how she handles the kind of heavy stuff. I can feel it in the moment, and then I just kind of pretend it didn't happen. So that's kind of what I do. So like I cry during readings with other people sometimes, and I try not to, but I'll definitely feel the information if it really like hits me home to me too in the moment. Sometimes I use other people's like explaining their issue as like therapy for me, so we kind of like share like a common thread, and it can really be healing to hear someone talk honestly about their problem. So I really like that. And also I take a lot of baths. I drink a lot of wine, a lot of beer.
She does really take the bath every
I do
day.
Take at least 2 baths a day. So there are ways that you can kind of just pretend that things don't exist.
And I feel like you don't
happen.
just take a bath. I feel like it's almost like ritual bathing.
It's a ritualistic bathing that I don't bill it that way, because it sounds like I'm trying to be like, oh, I'm being like a witchy thing, and it's truly just, it makes me feel good, and I do it a lot because probably just, I want to relax. Subconsciously want to cleanse. I need to cleanse, and maybe you do too. If you are doing readings and that's why you're asking this question, maybe you need a thing that you do. That
I feel like
takes
probably you have things that you do. I also like
do things too.
I also do Reiki, so I don't think I like consciously do this like every time, when I sense like negative energy from somebody. I do like, like in Twilight. Let me fucking tell you about Twilight.
Let's start this
Okay,
shit.
so in Twilight when Bella puts like don't make fun of me. When Bella puts the like bubble of like protection around everybody, you know what I'm talking about? And like the last Twilight. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? You've never
I watched Twilight. I saw the Twilight guy. He's cool.
Twilight guy?
Which one? The one that's supposed to be hot. He was in a bar, and he looked like a werewolf, but like a douche.
But there is a werewolf in Twilight.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
All right. What I'm trying to say is the bubble of protection. I feel like somehow like with being attuned to Reiki, like opened me up to this ability. This may sound fucking crazy, and it is a little bit slightly, but like all you guys, we're all here being crazy together. It's okay.
Let's be crazy.
I think today. I like put like a protection bubble around us.
I think that's what you're trying to say. Like the first thing that she's going over, like it's a protection bubble. Like you just have you have a boundary up that's really soft, and it's like people can still talk to you through the bubble, but your bubble is secure.
Bubble's a great bubble.
She's got a good bubble.
I love a bubble. I think like I don't know how I do it or what it is, but like as soon as I got attuned to Reiki, I suddenly was able to like filter like what I feel and don't feel, and now I feel nothing, and it's great.
I feel nothing, and it's great, and we're moving on. Bucket Aquarius, this bug dropped the mic. Okay, here, wait.
No, it's your turn.
Oh, cool. All right, we're almost done with the hatch.
No, we're not. We've got several. She's lying.
No, we have a few, but yeah, it feels like weight is lifted off my shoulders.
You guys send us more questions.
Please send more questions.
Doing this. We love doing this.
Okay, well, this is a very heavy question, so we're gonna get into it now.
This is one that we did not want to answer.
But I like the surprise. I like the surprise, like random, like, oh, it's okay. Wow. Okay, so this question is from P. And this is, why did he kill himself? Okay, so this is really heavy. We're going to go into the deeper shit.
So we were talking about this earlier
in the car,
because we were like, what if it comes up? How do we answer this
do this?
I feel like
let's just do it.
Okay, we're definitely gonna poll and see some shit. Like, I don't claim to be a medium, so it's really hard for me to say like why, but I think like with death, it's really hard to tell, okay, this is crazy that like these cards are coming up.
Okay, Can I talk about it? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Is it no?
You
But
can't, yes.
Is it? Can I talk? Okay. So because I really want to talk.
Maybe
about it.
she's a medium.
No, I'm not. No.
We're answering the question.
No,
We've
but-
had a lot of people just join us. So we're
Okay.
answering
So
the
this question.
from our friend who asked, why did he kill himself? This is like a super heavy. This is like
This
just
is like after school special style
continue staying.
heaviness.
Stick with us.
Stay with
We'll
us.
we'll get there. All right.
Okay.
Go on.
So here's what's up. I see like the Son of Swords is coming up here. This person has really low impulse control. Okay. They act in the moment, and they kind of can't help when they feel something. They sort of like go off the rails. You might even not even know this about this person, but they have a really hard time controlling their feelings or their actions when they're feeling something. Okay. Then I also see like a toxic relationship with a father. Okay. And I'm wondering about the Father of Pentacles here is somebody who they've been trying to like look up to for a long time, or trying to meet the standards of. It may be even a mentor in their life, or like a higher self thing that they just disappointed, but it's toxic. Okay, it's a toxic dynamic. It's forced them to almost like ask. It's like they can't ask for help, and so they couldn't reach out because they have these serious expectations from another person that are in their head. They also have like a toxic relationship with a family member that has brought them to a place where they don't even know themselves anymore.
No self-worth.
No self-worth. Also feeling like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You can't just sign out of this situation. You feel stuck. You feel bound, and you feel like everything is over if you leave. Okay, so I do think that relates to something that they were trying to escape, maybe even traveling and like
even
trying to
thinking
leave.
like maybe through dying there's opportunity to start over and have a new life. So
yes. Oh my God,
this is crazy. You guys, both of us have like crazy readings right now.
Which is good.
It's kind of freaking me out.
It's important that you ask this question, P.
So okay, so Four Swords comes up when we have like, sometimes there's surgery, sometimes there's major illness. Like what I'm thinking of is like some kind of chronic depression situation with Four of Swords. It's like, I mean, you know, context is everything, so it can mean different things sometimes, but like in this situation, I feel like this person may have been sick for a long time, and this can also come up when somebody's super sick and like dying, convalescent almost. So this might have been like building for a long time. So okay, so the death card, I almost literally never think of death as death. So this card is usually about transformation and change. I feel like this person saw like if there's any way to be consoled in this situation, I think this is it, because like I've had very close family members commit suicide too. I've always wondered like why. I don't think you ever get like a real answer. There is no like closure in a situation like that. I think the only kind of consolation you can have is that this person saw like an opportunity for a better outcome, and maybe they just thought that like everyone else would be better if they, and I know that sucks, but I think that's something that people think when they're in that moment where they're really going to commit suicide. Also, like the sun is coming up. The sun is a super optimistic and hopeful card. It's like a rebirth.
There.
And I don't know if you believe in reincarnation. So here's what I think. You guys fucking get, I feel like there's a ghost in this room.
I really think that this is an important question, because it's getting answered very, very succinctly. Like this is very specifically.
Here's my thoughts about death and reincarnation. May or may not be popular. I don't know. But what I personally believe is that like, I believe in reincarnation. I think that like karma is real. I don't know that like, you know, I don't know that I believe in like you're bad if you do like bad things, whatever. I don't subscribe to that. But I think if you do commit suicide, there is like the need to come back and like redo. not obviously as like the same person or anything, but like I do think like this coming up with the devil and death.
I think you're trapped in circumstances.
Yeah.
You're trapped in circumstances they couldn't control, and it was like, I need a reset button. I need to escape, and maybe on some level they're aware of transformation being possible if they leave. Okay, I don't know. We don't know what's going on in the world. We don't know.
Nobody knows.
But we can all believe
speculate.
That too, and I do sense
you
that this
just
person.
tell yourself what you need to hear to get through life.
Yeah.
But like we don't know.
We don't know. But I also think about that, like what she's saying with the transformation. I wonder if there was like a potential there. They felt like this needed to happen.
It's the only way. I
out.
feel like the only thing that makes people really, really feel like they're going to commit suicide is that's the only way for them to get out of the situation. I feel like we need to reiterate. A lot of people tuning in right now, we're answering a very heavy question. Why did he kill himself? And we had a super intense response from the cards, and I feel like I hope that offers some kind of
consolation or perspective or
and like I think the thing is like having experienced that, I think that like consolation is like it sucks to say like I hope this offers you consolation because nothing can offer you consolation, but like if there is any consolation, at least you maybe know now, like, he sought a way out, I guess, and, like, maybe that was the way out. Maybe that was, I don't recommend it.
I would not recommend 10 out of 10 would not recommend it, but I feel like maybe that was what was
it was like that person was like, this was like last resort. Like, that person was at the end of their rope.
Peace.
Like,
this is a RIP card.
Yeah.
They needed peace for a moment, okay? And there was no peace in that moment. So
also need to reiterate, would not recommend.
Please don't use that as an outlet for peace. There are other ways.
There are
also,
many.
you can take a bath.
You take a bath,
I feel like
drink
first,
some wine.
Before you go to that level, call us, and also maybe
please
take a breather. Okay.
Yeah, please just get a tarot reading.
Yeah.
Or
call a hotline. Okay. Or this hotline.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Sorry
to move on from that
heavy,
very
and I feel
intense.
Really bad to move on, but we have to. Okay. All right.
All right. This is an astrology question.
Okay.
Aries woman, Leo man.
Hot.
Both moons in Capricorn.
Okay. This is
Is
cool.
this a love connection?
Duh.
This is from somebody also. Their name is K.
Duh.
We're coming to the end of our time here.
Oh my God. Well, we're gonna wrap up with that question. Yes, Kay. Yes, that is a super big, awesome love connection. Of course, you have to look at the entire chart. You also have to look at your past, your history as people. Like, do you have similar qualities that can hold a relationship together, a good friendship? But naturally, Aries woman and Leo man, they get each other on some level because they're both pretty intense people. They also have appreciation for drama, but a moon and Cap is always gonna like tighten up and be like, okay, I'm gonna
and where
first
somebody
hold
else
back.
where somebody else might be like moon and Cap, I don't get it.
Yes.
I have to tell you about my experience sharing a moon with my partner. I feel like this is sharing your moon is like they get you on a level that like you feel like nobody else does. It's like I think that's really good and intense, probably no matter what your moon is. Like, you could be like, I'm a freaking Aquarius moon, and I'd be like, I'm sorry, but if you date somebody with an Aquarius moon, they get you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
Total love connection.
Your moons are the same.
Highly recommend.
Your heart is the same.
Okay. So if you asked questions today or this week that haven't been answered yet, please tune in next week. Continue asking questions in the DMs and stuff. We will continue doing this. We're gonna put this up on the 24-hour on our Instagram. We're gonna put it up on YouTube. You can watch last week's YouTube still, and soon you will be able to listen to the audio of these recordings and more. Stay tuned. Don't call us. We'll call you. You guys. We love you. No, call us though.
No, but
love
for real.
you.
Love you. Bye.